All right, everybody, we are back here on the Baco Motorsports Power Hour now, bringing you Kern County Raceway Park. They were off last weekend. They're running this weekend. But even though they were off, they were still doing stuff. They had some cool things going on out there, and we'll talk about that in a minute. Stephen Blakesley's here at the end of the table to tell us a little bit about who your guests are and what's going on.
Well, we're bringing back the Supermoto to Bakersfield. I know that was a big deal back in the day at Mesa Marin, and it's well overdue. It's been about 10 years now. And we have Dave Walker here. Super Dave's been helping us, and then Rick Pearce is going to be helping us with. I guess you're doing the race directing or something like that.
I guess.
Yeah.
Got to have a title, right?
Yeah, they're gonna make him work. So these guys will be herding cats this weekend.
So Supermoto, tell us a bit about that. What that event is like? What's gonna happen? I guess.
Well, I think Super Dave can tell us the best.
Dave, right?
Tell us all about it.
Supermoto actually came about back in the early '70s, so to speak. Current day, essentially, it is motocross bikes with street slicks, and we go out there. We go out there and we get around the track. This particular track that we laid out there is going to be a 100+ mile an hour track. We've got a steel jump that we're starting off with.
I'm going to show some pictures here real quick of this this thing here, so you can see this one is of one of the steel jumps, right?
Yes, as a matter of fact, we had a chance last Saturday to go out and actually test our track layout, give the guys a chance to get on the track and get a feel for what we're going to be doing. Everybody had smiles from ear to ear. We're really looking forward to doing it.
Yeah, it looks. I saw some of the other Ricky Bassman photos. I mean, it looked like it was just the practice rounds were a lot of fun, and you just kind of watch, right?
Well, it's an awesome layout because everything's taking place right in front of the grandstands. They're going to do that awesome standing start. I think they're going to be 5 wide when they start on Saturday. And, they sail off into turn 1, come back through the infield, do a couple switchbacks, do the steel jumps. They don't come back onto the half mile until about halfway through turns 3 and 4. So they're going to be wide open all the way coming out of 4. Basically, just about the same point where a late model stock car would pick up the gas is about where they're coming back on. So we were just talking about it'd be kind of interesting to see who would be faster on the straightaways, the motos or the Sitco late models. I mean, they're really 100 miles an hour is awfully quick for a motorcycle.
Yeah. And this was an event that used to run at Mesa Marin, right? I mean.
Yes, it was something that was very. It was at Mesa Marin. Everybody always enjoyed it. The cat sitting next to me, Ricky Pearce, he won the first one and the last one. It was really enjoyable for both the spectators and the participants. Here's a chance for us to showcase our sport in prime time in front of a large crowd, and I'm just pleased that Charlie's given us the opportunity to do it.
Yeah, because I mean, really, you don't think about these kind of motorcycles racing on pavement. Really, I mean, it's pretty. I mean, not unusual, but it's something you don't think about all the time, right?
Correct. It's something that is it's common in some circles and in some areas.
Right.
Although it's not as popular as motocross at the moment, it's still just a really dynamic sport. Gives the guys a chance from different disciplines to switch over, try different things, and it's kind of developed into its own little monster.
Right. And Ricky, you ran this at Mesa Marin. What was it like to have those run then? What was the reaction of the crowd?
It was always nice to have the cars run with the bikes because it broke everything up. It was a real good combination. Yeah, Mesa Marin, we were, I think, clocked at 110 at one point. We went all the way into turn 1. Here now we're coming off turn, like I said, almost turn 4.
Yeah.
Or in between 3 and 4.
Right.
But we're running into the quarter-mile corner. So it's a nice little. As soon as you hit the start-finish line, you're hitting about 100, and you're shifting down and pitching it sideways. So in front of the crowd, you get to see these motorcycles completely sideways on the pavement, which you don't normally see.
Amazing.
Yeah, so make no bones about it. I mean, we're going to have a full program because not only are we doing the Supermoto, it's our regular wheeling night, and we already had 6 main events scheduled that night. So this is just augmenting that. So we're just going to be kind of honestly balls to the wall from 7 o'clock all night long. We'll have the Sitco late models doing twin 35s, which that class has been just awesome this year. The spec mods have been growing all year long. Our NASCAR mini stocks, our junior and senior mini dwarfs, and we start the night with the Supermoto. And I kind of want to bring Mike in on this because for me, Supermoto, I always saw it at Altamont. And very similar half mile, and it was really exciting. But I mean, Mike, you've seen these guys race at Mesa Marin. What are we in for this weekend?
Yeah, it can be pretty exciting. You're going to have both pro and amateur classes like Mesa Marin, I assume.
Correct.
Yeah. At Mesa Marin, it was interesting because they'd come off turn, 2, and they come off turn 2 and cut through the infield, but they were coming off the pavement, going into dirt to make a turn, and I think a little jump right there out turn, and then they come back through pavement on the infield, which is all flat, but then they go through up toward turn 4, and once again, they were going over a jump in dirt and then hitting the pavement in turn 4 and coming back out on the front straight. So it really was pretty wild at times at Mason Marin, because those slick tires on dirt, you had to be really careful with it. And this one, it's going to be all pavement, but still I think it's going to be really exciting to see them out there.
It's kind of interesting, the state of motorcycle racing in the United States, because it's really it really is motocross racing is the top of the conversation, right? I mean, a lot of these other types of classes you don't see running as much here in the U.S., but this is something you think that can really catch on and be really popular?
Oh, absolutely. It's huge in Europe. There's actually tracks over there that are purpose built with dirt and paved obstacles.
Wow.
On camber paved, off camber paved type deals. This is something, there is a national series going now. There's actually one race coming up in Sturgis back at the bike rally.
Okay.
So the national series will be back there in September running. We will also be running September 13th at Kern County Raceway Park.
Oh, very nice, very nice.
That we have a second race date set, and hopefully we're looking forward to having a full series next year if everything goes well.
That's very exciting, because I mean, it just, like you said, it adds a different layer of kind of racing at your facility.
Well, we're running 4 racetracks on Saturday. I don't know if there's any other track in the country that can boast that, because we'll have our probably 2/3 mile supermoto track. We'll have the kids on the 1/8 mile. We'll have the mini stocks on the 1/4 mile. And then we'll have the modifieds and the late miles and the half mile. I mean, that's a lot of racing.
It's a lot of racing.
I mean, if you're a fan of any type of racing, we'll have the open wheels, the motorcycles, the stock cars, the kids. If you like kind of the import, the 4-banger stuff with the mini stocks. I mean, this really is kind of like a full menu. And it's only $15 to get in to see all of it.
I'm going to have to book these guys on First Look, Stephen, because to hear Scott Cox talk about it, not only did he dominate Mesa Marin and close it down because he was so dominant, but he also was one of the greatest motorcycle racers in the world, if you believe Scott. So we'll have to have you guys come in and refute that and set him straight. So we'll have to book that off camera here. All right, real quick, I'm just going to hit on some upcoming events. So this is the schedule for this weekend. Again, just an incredible amount of stuff going on.
Yep, and it's our wheeling engineering night, so we'll have the folks from Watco Equipment out there. That's our national partner as part of the NASCAR Wheeling Series. And I think the best thing for people to know is get out there early. We qualify at 5 for the stock cars. The heat races for the Supermotos at 5:45. I think that's going to be the little best kept secret. If you're a real Dynamite fan, get there at 5:45, see the heat races, and then we go right into autographs at 6, so there really won't be a dull moment.
I thought some of the stuff I've seen so far this year is the heat racing. That's where there's a lot of fun at. A lot of interesting activity going on. So
you gotta remind them the's no prize money, guys. It's
that's
just
right.
a heat race.
It's just a heat race. They
But
don't
hey,
know that.
Scott knows it gets kind of crazy on the
About how many riders are you looking for?
Right now we have 20 registered riders, and we know we've got some more people that are talking. Obviously, they're coming up. They just haven't chose to sign their name on the list yet, but we feel pretty good about the size of the class, and especially the competition. This is a pretty close-knit group. Everybody's raced together before. It's real good, clean, hard racing. Everybody respects each other, and it's just going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, we've got a few of our top guys out with broken bones right now. So
Yeah.
if you can imagine that.
Yeah, we
Jeez.
did actually lose a couple of racers this week to racing accidents, unfortunately. But we still look forward to having a full field and actually just great competition.
Now on August 30th, we get back. You guys are racing again. Now that's the big race, right?
Yeah, it's the Bakersfield 150 presented by General Production, which is the owner of the track. We talked about David Mayhew. He really wants to win a K&N West race at Bakersfield at Kern County, and he's got the win at Evergreen, so he's got the momentum, and really looking forward to it. I honestly think, I know the Supermoto is going to be great, but the K&N West Series, with all the horsepower and all the tires they have, and they can run 2 or 3 wide around the racetrack, it's really the best racing we do, and you'll also get the late models and the modifieds, so that's a
Right.
big event coming up on the 30th.
All right, so a lot to see coming up this weekend. Again, get out there for this night. See these motos run. That's going to be really exciting. I mean, look at the dramatic pictures you got. Stand-up starts. You got some obstacles. You got some tight turns they're gonna have to navigate. It's gonna be a heck of a lot of fun to see that.
How many jumps do you have for this?
We just have the one. Patent steel was good enough to give us some steel to get started. It's basically a small ski jump that's going to help add to the action. We look forward, as the series progresses, to try and build some larger, they call them urban cross jumps in the past, is what we've used. But this is our first one. We're looking to get it in the books, get it in clean, have a good race, and move forward from there.
You're probably thinking
and the small ski jump, about how far will the riders sail?
Depends on how wide they twist that throttle,
Yeah.
really. The way it's set up right now, it's not necessarily a long jump. It's coming out of a corner, it's second gear jump. You're probably looking at 30, 40 feet.
Just enough to keep them on their toes.
Just enough to keep them, yeah. Guys, they got to keep their suspension. They got to work with their bike. They can't just show up, set up to do just road course racing. They're going to have to negotiate some suspension style obstacles.
And just as we get ready to wrap up here, one quick thing to see too. This is a cool picture.
Yeah. I mean, come on. All the other guys, when we did our roundtable earlier, were kind of asking me about this. We brought the drive-in movie back to Bakersfield on Saturday. We had Talladega Nights. We had 130 cars out there. We want to thank Jason and Segan Sanders from Cinertain. It's a 30-foot screen. 130 cars. That's about 500-600 people. And oh yeah, by the way, there's a shooting star in the top right of that photo. So
great shot.
What an amazing photo by Ricky Bassman. He said he kind of kept the shutter open to get that. And there it is during the day as everyone was getting ready. And we're working on making this kind of a bi-monthly activity, and we'll get the lines a little bit tighter and get 200
better than a
cars out
drive-in
there.
movie, that's for sure. And this
Look at
is-
that projector, $60,000 projector.
Amazing stuff. And this is the screen with the 911 cars in there. So good stuff.
Yep.
Follow these guys on Facebook. They do a great job. And I'm gonna talk to you guys about getting you on First Look to talk a little bit about your event coming up, because I think it's kind of a good one. Griffith, any final thoughts?
I have no thoughts. Other than there's
not
going to be a lot of
surprising.
racing
least he's
this
honest.
weekend. There's a lot of racing going on this
Stephen
weekend.
Blakeslee, thanks so much
Thank you.
for having me. Guys, thank you for coming in. We appreciate it very
Thank you.
much. And we're out of here. Thanks for joining us here. And we'll see you guys next week on the Bakersfield Motorsports Power Hour, brought to you by Budweiser, Bakersfield, California, and the Sign Factory.